y'all. Good morning. It's the weekend, y'all. Y'all, it's Friday. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. I thought I'd give us a little to get this day started. So excited to be here this morning to give you a few words of encouragement for the day. Good morning. Oh, Miss T. Anderson, good morning. 6:37. You just popped right on in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I hope everybody had a peaceful night, restful night. I did. It seemed like morning came fast. But, I'm up and I'm ready to go. I hope you have your to-do list ready and you're ready to check those things off for today. I know I am. And I stayed up a little, well, not really late, but just stayed up a little long. I found that for me, good morning, Miss Juliet and Dolores, everybody that's hopping on. I found out that if I stay up a few minutes at night and kind of jot out what I'm going to do the next day in my calendar and kind of assign some times to it, I don't lose track of time during the day. And that works for me, which is why I ended up, getting the passion plan in the beginning of the year. It has worked for me thus far as April, and I'm still chugging along, and it's still working well for me. Good morning, Susan and Dana. Somebody ordered a passion planner. I'm not who it is. I'm just going to say thank you to whoever the person is because they're sending me a free one. I got a message yesterday, and it was because I recommended somebody, and I think 3 people ordered. So I want to say thank you if that's you. Oh, my God. Miss Allen, it is Thursday, isn't it? Like, I wanted it to be Friday. That's why I played Zydeco Bounce. I wanted it to be Friday. It's Thursday. Oh, my goodness. But that's okay, because I'm ahead. That's okay. But anyway, I just want to give you a few words of encouragement for the day to help you get on track. And thank you, Miss Allen, for keeping me on track, because I promise you I woke up and she laughing out loud. Like, it's not even really that funny, Miss Allen. I'm just trying to help everybody through. I just thought it was Friday. I did. All morning long, I was like, it's Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday. I had already planned the day out. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about self-awareness and personal vision and how, a lot of times we don't have that really high level of self-awareness that we should have. I have somebody I talk to often, and we talk about being self-aware and being, conscious of what it is that we're doing and learning how to say no and learning how to keep each other on track, because sometimes we're not always aware of things that are happening around us because they're happening so fast. But the one thing we do need to be aware of, and that's us, and that's self-awareness. For me, now that I'm not on that regular schedule for school, keeping track of the days and the time is a challenge for me. Sometimes I'm like, isn't today this day? And it's like today I thought it was Friday. And so I'm off a little bit. But you have to be aware of what it is you're doing so that you'll know whether or not you're accomplishing what it is you set out to accomplish. And so I appreciate those in my circle who are able to love me enough to say, nah, that's not a good idea. Or they're able to keep me on track. I appreciate that. But the thought for today, when I woke up this morning, was like, I was thinking about how we have all this, for lack of a better term, I came up with this disjointed, disproportionate way of thinking about ourselves and how we see ourselves. We're not our thoughts. We're not our moods. We're not our feelings. We're not any of those things. Those are just things that happen to us, but it's not who we are. It's not who we are. Because I promise you, today was Friday when I woke up. It was. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get accomplished what I need to accomplish today. It doesn't mean that I'm unaware of the things that need to be scratched off the to-do list for today. And a lot of times we aren't always in a position to step back and take a look at ourselves and examine ourselves and see what we're doing. Matthew says, good morning. Speak to him, please. Hey, Matthew. Matthew's my godson, y'all. Good morning, Matthew. He's probably up running around getting breakfast and playing with his game and watching TV. So I'm so happy that he's up too. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Oh my God, Miss Tina C. Hines. Good morning, beautiful. T.E. Anderson, y'all, let me stop and pause for a minute. T.E. Anderson, remember I was talking to you about Tina C. Hines a long time ago, and she's on this journey to, she's going to be living in Anguilla, and she's making all these major moves. Look her up, and I can't believe she's on this morning. You're going to make me nervous, Miss Tina. Good morning to you. I'm so honored that you're here. And I know y'all probably like, who is that? Look her up. Look her up. So I'm honored, but I'm motivated by people like that, because people like that help people like us stay on track, because we can use them as examples on this journey, and we can use them to help us become more self-aware. Now, Miss Tina, my friend T.E. Anderson is a life coach, and I've been talking to her about you for a long time, so that's why I needed to make that connection. But for everybody else who's on here, if you're not familiar with Tina C. Hines, please go on Facebook and look her up. I mean, she's like a world traveler too, Tyron, so that's why I wanted you to know who she was. But I just want to let y'all know too that whatever it is that you set out to do can be done. And Miss Tina sent me a message that said, don't live vicariously through me. And I'm paraphrasing it. Just live on your own. And I thought about that. And I said, you know what? That's so true. It's like we go through life. And Miss Tina, I'm an educator by trade, and a lot of people who are on live are too. So a lot of the people who are on here I know. And so it's kind of like we go through life, and just because people have given us compliments and said that we're good at something, it's almost like we feel like we're pegged and we're stuck in that same vein. It's almost like we're afraid to get out and try something new. And so I just want to be an encourager to those who are on this journey and they're just trying to find their way. They're trying to find their way. And so that's why we have life coaches, and we have, people who are able to speak life into us. And they're able to help us on this journey to self-awareness and understanding that our vision is greater than what we are. And we're not our thoughts and our feelings. We're not. And we have to help our sisters. And so Miss Tina is a big advocate for, helping sisters bond and helping sisters grow. And that's where I learned about the ritual of release. I bet you didn't know that, Miss Tina. A long time ago, I saw that and I never forgot it. And so I just want to say thank you. She says, shift outside your comfort zone. That is so true. And Miss Tina, you don't know, but I've shifted outside of my comfort zone and I'm doing something new, and it's hard, but I can do it. And our vision is so much greater. I agree. It truly is. And so when we have a strong hold on a sense of self, we're able to make moves, as the young people say. We're able to make these moves, and we're able to move without feeling like we need the baggage of other people with us. And that's what I liked when I saw. Good morning, Carla. That's what I liked when I saw that you had taken a trip. And you said that you were going to venture out on your own that day. And I thought, wow, that's incredible, because I'm learning how to do that. I used to think that I needed all these people around me, but I don't. It's like I don't have to have all these people around. And so I'm so grateful for that. Good morning, Brandon. Yes, the ritual of release. I love doing that with our sisters. I've done it before too, and I want to say thank you. And again, I'm so honored. I'm trying not to be all, over the place because you're here, because it's not often that I have a celebrity on Facebook Live, y'all. So I'm just kind of excited, but I am so excited. Bali, Indonesia was amazing. That's where you went. Okay. Bali. I had a shirt that said that long ago. And let me tell you something. I had never even been to the place. And I had a t-shirt that said Bali, but it was such a beautiful shirt. I wore it all the time, and I've never been. And so I'm just excited, that you're here. And y'all, for those of you that just hopped on, y'all, please follow Tina C. Hines. Follow her. Keep up with her. She's all over the place. And I have watched her. And so again, I was thinking about, this morning, how sometimes our thoughts can be disjointed and out of proportion with who we truly are, because we don't give ourselves permission to be successful. We don't give ourselves permission to make mistakes. We don't give ourselves permission to do anything but get up every morning, get a cup of coffee, get in the car, go to work, help someone else build their dreams all day long, come home, put our bags down, prepare a meal, talk to our kids, do homework, get the kids bathed, put them in the bed, go to sleep, and do it all over again the next day. And so life, I'm not saying that that's not a good life, because I did that when I was rearing my children. We had that same schedule, but you've got to figure out that life is better than that. It's more than that. It is more than that. And so when you're raising your children, you get busy and it's like, man, you can lose yourself so quick. You can lose yourself. That's true, Portia. Good morning, William. It's true. And so we want to make sure that we are aware of who we are. We need to be able to step outside of ourselves and take a hard look at who we are and what it is we're doing. And if we don't like who we are, change it. Change it. We can change it. We have that ability to do so. And once we get past that, we're on the road to success, because a lot of times we feel like, oh man, I just didn't feel like getting up this morning. Oh, I feel depressed. Oh, I feel, sad. Oh, I'm not saying that those feelings aren't true, because they're your feelings and they belong to you. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying that that's not who we are. We don't have to define ourselves by how we feel. If I define myself by how I feel, I would tell myself, I don't want to get up early. I want to get up later and have my coffee later. But I don't want to develop that habit. I don't want to develop that habit. I always talk about leaving the 97% and joining the 3%. Do any type of research you want to do. Read whatever you want to read. Go look, check any source you want to check. And you will see that the most successful people do certain things that the rest of the world doesn't do. It's just the truth. It's the truth. Walking around existing instead of exactly. And that is not going to be my story. I'm not. Honor the feeling, but don't stay stuck in the self-defeating behavior. That is so true. And a lot of times we do. And that's why we have to keep it moving. When my mom died, I felt like, oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do next? What are you supposed to do without a mom? And in a dream, she said, Pang, I'm not gone. 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 And she just said that over and over and over and walked backwards out of my dream. Now, I'm not a dream analysis. That's not me. I'm not trying to analyze the dream real deep. I'm just looking at the surface. And that was her way of telling me, hey, Cree, it's all good. Go do you. That's what she would have said anyway. Pang, do you. Stop all that crying and whining and get up and make it happen. Thank you, Mom. I needed that. Because that's what we have to do. We're not our feelings. And sometimes we get stuck right there and we get into that self-defeating behavior and we just feel like, oh my God, this is the hand I was dealt. No. Sometimes you throw the cards back. Throw the cards back. It's kind of like when you're out and you're looking at, say, a ring. And you say, I want to see that one right there. And the lady points to the one next to her and you say, no, that's not it. And she points to the one in front of it. No, that's not it. This one right here. And she points to the second one in front of it. No, that's not it. Although they're all beautiful, that's not it. That's not the one for you. That's not the one you want. So you say, can you take the tray out and I'll show you what I want? So it is in life. People can say, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. Isn't this beautiful? Yes, it is, but it isn't for me. That's not my journey. Okay. Thank you, Miss Tina, for stopping by. Oh my God, have an amazing day. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Okay. So that's the trouble that we have sometimes. It's because we can't get past self-defeating thoughts. We can't get past this distorted thinking and this disproportionate way of thinking about who we are, because we want to tie it to how we feel. Brendan says the trouble with being scared is you miss half of living. That is true. That's true. We don't want to be on our deathbeds going, I really wish I had gone to Alaska. You don't want that to be your story. Mr. Lord says, my mom died when I was 12 years old. Life still creates opportunity. It does. Like, I can't even imagine that, like at 12 years old. I can't imagine that, Ms. Dolores. I've worked with children who they've lost parents. They've lost primary caregivers, especially children living with their grandparents. And it's like my heart just goes out to them because I don't have the words to say. I don't even know what to tell them. Because you can say life is going to go on, and yeah, they hear that and they understand it's going to go on, but it's going to be different for them. But however, opportunities will still present themselves, and I'm grateful for that. I truly am, which is why I started doing Facebook Live every morning. It wasn't because I thought, wow, I think that's a great idea. I think I'm going to do that. No, it's because I needed something to help root and ground me, and I needed it quick. I needed something to help me. And so I was like, okay, well, let's do this. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Nobody gets on live? Well, I don't care whether they get on or not. I mean, I just do it because I feel like that's what I need to do. And so we have to give ourselves permission to just do it anyway, regardless of what other people think. So if you're the example that I use with the ring, I mean, it's like, yeah, you see a whole bunch of rings in the case that are beautiful. But if it's not the one for you, it doesn't matter how beautiful they are, how many carats they have, the cut of the diamond, the clarity of it. It's not for you. So it is with opportunities. And so it is with the opportunities that come to us. It's the same way. It's like, if that's not for you, that's not for you. Walking with the purpose. You doggone right, because if you're walking any other way, then you're just stumbling. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. You need to walk with the purpose. Walk with a purpose. Women, when we go and we need that special pair of shoes to go with our outfit, we don't go to Walmart and say, I'm going to find that shoe in Walmart today. You weed out all the places you don't need to go, and you hone in on the places you need to be. And you go, they're going to have it. I went online and I looked and I saw something similar. It wasn't just quite what I wanted, but I like it enough to go, oh, let me try it out. And you go there. That's what we do. It's like you are so focused and so driven on making sure that works. But why we can't be that way when it comes to decisions that we need to make, and when it comes to being successful, when it comes to our life, when it comes to taking a hard look at ourselves. We need to be just as focused. We do. We need to be just as focused. Live, 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 live. There is still life to be had, or it'll go on without you, says Robert Odom Jr. That's the truth. And the thing of it is life is meant to be lived. Yeah, we're supposed to live it. Yeah, I know we have to make a living on the way, but it's meant to be lived. I have people who I know who, let me word it right, because I don't want to be offensive at all. There are people who are born in a certain place. They live there. They grow up there. They get married to other people who are there. They never ever leave. They don't ever go anywhere else. And it's like, no one stops to think, well, I wonder what's on the other side of the world. When I was teaching, I met students who had never been downtown Dallas. But you've been living in Dallas your whole life. They never been downtown. That puzzled me, because I started thinking, how is it that you have been here all this time, but never ventured out to go and see what's on the other side of the world? That's what I like about people who travel. They want to know what's on the other side. And what I love even more is when they go live and they share that opportunity or that experience with us who didn't take the trip with them. That's how it should be. We should be living life to its fullest. We shouldn't be, casing ourselves just because we woke up and we didn't feel the best. We shouldn't downplay who we are just because we don't feel like we ought to feel. See, it's not in feelings. I heard a sermon preached on that one time, long time ago. I never forgot it. It's not in feelings. It's not. Because if it was in feelings, I wouldn't be here right now. I would be still asleep at 6:55 in the morning, still asleep, waking up late, watching the news with a cup of coffee. But I wouldn't be able to check off the stuff that I need to do. Ms. Dolores says, my neighbor is only 38 years old and has 3 more countries, and she would travel around the world. She left yesterday to another location. I get to have all the refrigerator magnets that I can handle. Wow. Okay. I'm so proud of her. I have a friend too, and I won't, go out and put her business out there, but she and her mom and her son have done the same thing. And all I can say is, if money was an object, then nobody would go anywhere. I mean, it's like, how many excuses do you have for going places? You could say, oh, well, I can't go because I need to pay my car note. Oh, I can't go because my house note is due. No, they just get tickets and passports and travel all over the world. They've always done it. So what makes me different? What makes you different? Like, who all has that testimony that you can go to all these countries? You've been there. I just don't believe that God created the world for me to just be like in Texas. And to sound like a Texan, because when I go other places, people say, "Are you from Texas?" And I go, "Yeah." They can hear it. I'm sorry. It's what happened. The cards I was dealt. But I'm excited about life, and I'm excited about what's about to take place in the last half of my life. I mean, let's get real. I don't want to go back and relive any of those years before now, because it was some stuff that I didn't want to deal with, that I had to. I don't want to go back and do that. I just want to take now, and I just want to move forward, and I just want to live my life, and I just want to be excited, and I want to be more self-aware, and I want you to be too. Just become more self-aware. That's it. And if you need help with that, it's people who can help you do it. See, we don't want to ask for help. You know why? Because we don't want people to think, "Oh my God, my life is falling apart, and I don't want anybody in my business." My grandmother's Bible sits on my shelf over here, and it's like really, really old, and it's just falling apart. And I read something once that said, if your Bible is falling apart, then chances are your life is not. I still have it. I have 2 of them. But her little old handwriting is written in there. And I guess those were scriptures that were taking her through some difficult times. But I kept it. I still have it. So it's like we figure out ways to shop. We figure out ways to get to the nail salon. We figure out ways to get to the hair salon. We figure out ways to get the new vehicle. We figure out ways to get the new house. We figure all this stuff out because it looks good on the outside. But do we take the time to figure out how to fix what's going on in the inside? I'm just asking a question. We have to. Because when we become more self-aware, then we tend to look at the world a little differently. See, money is nothing but a tool. Some people just have more tools than others. Your gift will make room for you, and so the skills that you have need to be honed. You need to hone in on those skills, tighten those skills so that you can have more tools. It's almost, and it makes perfectly good sense to me. It's like it's just a tool. But we have this warped sense of what money is and what it can do until we just kind of lose focus. Some of us aren't going to ever have a whole lot because we ain't going to help nobody along the way, so God is not going to bless you with that like that. It's the truth. Some people have it. They don't know how to give back. They don't know how to help. They run through it. And then it's other people who are just dying for an opportunity, but they're waiting and marking time, but they're still helping people with what they have. And they're still giving back, and they're still, helping other people achieve goals. It's the truth. That was a good question, right, Tina? I mean, it really is. I'm just saying, we just have to change the way we think and the way we see ourselves. There really needs to be a paradigm shift. There needs to be a shift in what it is we're doing and how we see ourselves. See, just because you're down today doesn't mean that's the end of the story. That's where you are right now. And really, what's down? Let's define down. What is down? You're still eating. That's not down. You still have a place to live. That's not down. Your kids are okay. That's not down. Like, what's missing? People say, "I don't have enough money," so just keep moving like it until you have what you need. Keep moving like it. Look at your time. Become more self-aware. You're worth it. You're worth it. Whatever service it is that you're offering and whatever price you've attached to it, you're worth it. Tyron said if you don't attach a good price to it and have people pay, they're going to think it's not worth anything. So you've got to think that it's worth something first. So don't be asking me for a hookup on a class. You won't get it. Unless I'm led to do that. No. Because I'm worth it. And so are you. So your gifts will make room for you. The skills that you have and possess, the world is waiting. Your next book, your next speech, your next session with somebody to help them along this journey. Whatever it is that you have to give, just give it. Today is Thursday. What better day to start than today? Just give it. Just do it. Have you ever been somewhere? Say Walmart. I spend a lot of time at Walmart. And let me say this, if you want to give yourself a raise, stay out of Walmart. I don't know what it is about Walmart. Every time I go in there, I just almost get in trouble. And then you can't find your car when you get through getting in trouble. I'm not going to hold you long. I'm not. All I want you to do is be self-aware. Be more aware of self. Be more aware of what it is you're trying to do. Okay? And what I'm going to do, I just had an idea and I need to write this down. T.E. Anderson, I need to talk to you. So I'm going to call you this morning because I just had a thought. Somebody sent me a message in my inbox that said, could I talk more about becoming more self-aware? I'm gonna do something better than that. So to the person that just sent me that message, thank you. I read it. I got it. I have to do this for this person because I'm reading this and I need to do it. So Ms. T.E. Anderson, I need to be talking to you like ASAP. I'm going to call you when this is over. Let me tell you something. We have people who are in need, y'all. We have people who are in need. And when you get messages like that, you have to move on it and you have to help others because you just never know what situation people are in. You don't. You don't. And so when you're in a position to help somebody else, please do so. Because guess what? There's room for everybody at the top. There's room. But a whole lot of people just choose to stay at the bottom. But there's room. People are asking for help. People are asking. And so I just want to say thank you to the person who was bold enough to do that. But I have something that's better than just answering that question. And so I want to encourage you today to become more self-aware. That's it. You're not your feelings and your thoughts. So what things aren't going your way right now. It doesn't mean that they're going to go that way forever. It's just where you are right now. But what can you do to fix it? Because if you lay down and quit, that's not going to fix it. But if you get up and you keep moving, you just got to keep moving, even if you're marking time. You just got to keep moving. Okay? So becoming more self-aware is the thought for today. Today is Thursday. I wish you well on today. I'm just kind of moved by the message that I got, so please forgive me. All I know, y'all, is that people are in need. Let me tell you something. People are in need. And if you, like I said, I'm not a life coach, but I know people who are life coaches. I know who to get in contact with. Thank you, Portia. All I want to do is help somebody. Girl, when I'm dead and gone, I don't want y'all to talk about that beautiful Range Rover that I was driving. I don't want y'all talking about that. I want y'all to talk about how I helped people and how I was able to, help people to see their worth and their value. Because others might not see it. So you have to see it for yourself and be aware of who you are. Be aware of your own thoughts and feelings and know that that's just what they are. They're just thoughts. They're just feelings. It's just a mood. It doesn't define you. The only time you lose is if you don't try. The only time you lose is if you quit. And those aren't options for us because we all belong at the top. You know why I know we belong at the top? Because we get up every morning and we meet each other here and we're giving people words of encouragement. And I've been able to help some people make some connections and some people have been able to help me make connections. But people are in need. And if you think I'm playing, when you get messages in your box like that just kind of stop you and just jolt you, people are in need. So I just want to thank you for reaching out. And I am I'm making a note here. Self-awareness is what was requested. And I'm going to go to work on that. And so I just want to say thank you. Marian says, you're a life coach undercover. Stop, Marian. She said, you're a life coach undercover. Hey, I just want to be an encourager because guess what? I just know there's room for everybody at the top. I do. And I'm so serious about what it is that I'm doing until I want other people to feel that same energy and excitement. It's amazing when you wake up like that. You do. You're busy all day, but you're busy in your own craft. You're tired in your own craft, not busy building the life and the dream of somebody else so they can go sit on the darn beach and drink Mai Tais. No. Drink your own. Let them answer their own phone. Let them take care of their own messages. You just do you. All right. Anyway, I'm going to stop right here. I just want to say thank you for meeting me here this morning. It has been an amazing morning. Thank you so much because you could have done anything else, but I appreciate it. I don't take it lightly. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank you because you were able to just kind of share and help somebody this morning because there was someone who really needed a message. And so they inboxed me and asked if I could go, a little more in detail and talk again on self-awareness, but I have something better than that. And so encourage our book writer. Yeah, Portia, I'm working on that book. I'm working on it. So I just want to say thank you. But that was this thought I wanted to I found. It says, and this is from Henry David Thoreau. He says, I know of no more encouraging fact than the ability of man to elevate his life by conscious endeavor. Conscious endeavor, doing it on purpose, being aware. And when I read that, I said, yes, Henry David Thoreau, you said that. Henry David Thoreau said it, and I just want to let you know that that's you. Okay, just become more conscious today. Remember, the world is going to keep rotating, whether you're standing on top of it or stretched out under it. And we don't want to be stretched out anywhere but on the beaches of the world, under those palm trees, drinking Mai Tais with those men fanning those big old leaves, y'all, while we order what we want. They're going to wait on us. They're going to give us whatever we want, and we're going to be relaxed with our big hats and our shades. That's where I want to be stretched out, and I want you to be stretched out there with me. I want to see everybody at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. That's where the 97% live. We don't want to be like them, talk like them, walk like them, act like them, use the words that they use. That's not who we are. We want to join the 3%. And that's where I want to see you. And that's at the top. Everybody have a terrific Thursday. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you, and have a magnificent day.